It'll take some surgery, but eventually we'll get him back up to speed.
What's up, guys? KOMIX BRO here, and surprise, surprise, looks like John Cena's Peacemaker character didn't quite bite the bullet in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. If you've seen the latest adventures of Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad, you know the expendable members were dropping like flies, but two villains, or anti-heroes, or whatever you want to call them, defied the odds and were actually revealed to be alive in two separate post-credit scenes. We'll break it all down for you and explain how the post-credit scene sets up James Gunn's brand new Suicide Squad spin-off series for John Cena's Peacemaker, coming to HBO Max in 2022. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, on August 14th, we're giving away a Marvel Titan series Sam Wilson Captain America action figure from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So James Gunn's The Suicide Squad breaks DC tradition and features not just one, but two post-credit scenes, the second of them with Peacemaker being far more important than the first. So what happened? Well, throughout the film, we see John Cena's Peacemaker and Idris Elba's Bloodsport's competitive rivalry. After all, they both have somewhat similar skill sets. They both know how to shoot a gun really well. The rivalry is a sometimes hilariously friendly competition, like when they unknowingly kill all the Corto Maltese freedom fighters in an effort to rescue Colonel Rick Flag from what they thought were terrorists. The Suicide Squad, or Task Force X's apparent mission, is to destroy Project Starfish, the secret Nazi-inspired experiment to mind control ordinary citizens. But things go a bit haywire when it's revealed that the US government's Amanda Waller has really sent the team to Corto Maltese to prevent the world from finding out that the Nazi-esque Project Starfish is actually a secret covert American project. John Cena's moronic Peacemaker character is the only one that knows the true purpose of the team's mission, and when some of the rest of the team find out the truth and want to expose America's complicity, Peacemaker, being the douchebag that he is, tries to kill them off one by one. First, he kills Colonel Rick Flag in the film's most emotional death of a Suicide Squad team member. Then, he tries to kill Ratcatcher 2, but is stopped by Task Force X's team leader, Idris Elba's Bloodsport, who shoots a tiny bullet right through Peacemaker's larger bullet, ripping through Peacemaker's throat, seemingly mortally wounding the Peacemaker. And as if that wasn't enough for the Peacemaker to go down for the count, the building that houses Project Starfish, Jotunheim, literally collapses while Peacemaker is still inside. So any reasonable, rational person would assume that the Peacemaker was down for the count. But in the second post-credit scene, we discover John Cena's Peacemaker to be very much alive. Apparently, Amanda Waller managed to extract the deeply wounded Peacemaker, her most loyal member of Task Force X, and bring him back to the United States. The post-credit scene begins with two of Amanda Waller's underlings walking down a hospital corridor. The two underlings are John Economos, played by Steve Agee, and Amelia Harcourt, played by Jennifer Holland. The two are somewhat disgruntled employees of Amanda Waller, and during the film, they participate in a sort of, I guess you could call it, workplace action to help the Suicide Squad defeat Starro the Conqueror and save the world. It should be noted that they did this against the wishes of their boss, Amanda Waller, and it seems that Waller has a specific punishment in mind for John and Jennifer. So back in the post-credit scene, a nurse leads John and Jennifer down a hallway saying, quote, "Said they found him in the rubble. They were shocked his heart was still bleeding. It will take some surgery, but eventually we'll get him back up to speed," end quote. The camera then pans and we see the patient is none other than a barely alive Peacemaker. At this point, John Economos and Jennifer Harcourt make it perfectly obvious that Amanda Waller wants them to serve as Peacemaker's new handlers, and that their job is to ensure that John Cena's Peacemaker saves the world. So this entire post-credit scene basically sets up James Gunn's next DC project, the Peacemaker streaming series for HBO Max. Just as Marvel is using Disney Plus to set up series in between their Marvel Studios films, DC is doing the same on HBO Max, and their first DC Extended Universe streaming show is going to be Peacemaker, starring John Cena, which will debut in January 2022 on HBO Max. So who is the Peacemaker and what is the show going to be about? Well, the Peacemaker is kinda like Captain America, but the douchebag version of Captain America. A hero, or maybe anti-hero, that truly believes that the ends justify the means.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
John Cena's character believes so much in the concept of peace that he's willing to kill every man, woman, and child in order to bring about peace. So the show is not only going to be about how the Peacemaker saves the world, but it's also going to examine John Cena's character's history and how he came to be the Peacemaker. To that end, the series will co-star Robert Patrick as the Peacemaker's father, who comic book fans know as Augie Smith. Also in the series will be Freddie Stroma, playing the DC hero, the Vigilante. The Vigilante is kind of like DC's version of Marvel's The Punisher. Whether he'll be a hero or villain in the show is still unclear at this point. Also in the series will be Nut Lee, who will play the DC character known as the Judo Master. It's also heavily rumored that the series will feature as guest stars various members of the Suicide Squad, but nothing's been confirmed yet. The series will consist of 8 episodes, all written by James Gunn, with Gunn directing 5 of the 8 episodes. And if the series is as widely praised as the Suicide Squad movie is, then fans should be in for a real treat. But now on to the first post-credit scene of the film. In the beginning of the film, the very first Suicide Squad member of Task Force X to die was the scary, weird character of the Weasel, who ostensibly died by drowning in the waters off the shore of Corto Maltese. But, as we discover in the very first post-credit scene of the film, as it turns out, the Weasel is still alive. He coughs up some water on the beach, stands up, and then scurries off into the forest of Corto Maltese. Whether we'll see the Weasel in the Peacemaker HBO Max series or in any future Suicide Squad sequels is anyone's guess, but Amanda Waller still has the power to kill the Weasel by detonating the explosives she's planted in all of Task Force X members' skulls. So tell me below all your Weasel and Peacemaker theories, and remember, if you comment, you'll be automatically entered into our giveaway for a Marvel Titans series Sam Wilson Captain America action figure from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, complete with his Wakandan armor and wings and Steve Rogers shield. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and a comment down below, and remember, because it's truly random, the more videos that you like and comment on through August 13th, the better chance you'll have of winning. The winner will be announced August 14th on the channel. So in the meantime, click to the right for my Is James Gunn's Suicide Squad 2 a reboot or sequel video, and click to the left for my Black Widow post-credit scene explain video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Comics Bro.